God bless you. Have a good day.
Yeah, thank you. You too.
You're welcome. Thanks. God bless you. Have a good day.
Thank you, you too.
Thanks. What are you studying?
Nursing?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
My name's Tony.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah. What year are you in your studies?
What?
What year are you in your studies? How
Oh,
long?
I'm a PhD student.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm from Brazil. I'm here just
Oh,
for a short
wonderful.
period, yeah.
I have a dear friend who's a missionary down in Brazil.
Really?
Yeah, he looks really out of place. He's 6'8", blonde hair, about 320 pounds. But Ivoti, have you heard of Ivoti?
Yes, of course. It's.
That's where he is.
I live in the same state, not in the same state.
Oh, really?
Same state, yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Rio Grande do Sul, yeah.
Oh, and I'm sorry, your name is?
Vanessa.
Vanessa.
Yeah.
So, how long have you been studying nursing?
Oh no, I just got here. It's my first day.
But you're pursuing a PhD, so you've done other.
I've done my college in Brazil.
Yeah.
4 years and a half.
4 years. Okay.
And master's, it was 2 years, and now I'm on the second year of my PhD.
So what is your PhD? It's in nursing, but is it in something
nursing
specific?
Diagnosis.
Diagnosis.
Yeah,
Okay.
nursing diagnosis.
So you know better than I do that nurses run hospitals,
Yeah.
not doctors. The nurses are the most important people in a hospital.
Yeah, they're the most biggest staff, I guess. Yeah.
Are they really?
Yeah.
So do you plan to, once you're done with your PhD here, do you plan to go back to Brazil?
I have to. I'm here just for
Just
10
on the.
months, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have to finish my studies in Brazil.
Okay. And do you plan to pursue a career in nursing there in Brazil, or are you going to come back to the States, or
No,
you're going to do it there?
Stay in Brazil, yeah.
Yeah. Is there a particular area, part of Brazil? You said you're in the same state as Ivoti. Did I pronounce it right? Ivoti?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just say Ivoti. but-
Ivoti?
Yeah, but
Okay,
it's the
Ivoti. Okay. You plan on doing your nursing there in that area? Are there big hospitals in that area?
Yeah, I live in the capital
Oh,
of the state.
and that is
Porto Alegre.
Porto Alegre. Okay. And that's not far from Ivoti, right?
No, it's 1
Ivoti,
hour. Probably,
1 hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
1 hour, maybe.
Oh.
40 minutes, 1 hour. Kind of.
So, is there a particular area of nursing that you want to be involved in? Is it oncology? Is it pediatrics? Is it cardio?
No. I usually I work with elderlies.
Oh,
and adults.
okay. And
But
there's a lot
I-
more of us now than ever.
Yeah. But I don't intend to plan to work on hospitals for long. because
Yeah.
They're too exhausting. So maybe after I get my PhD, I can try to apply for a college
Yeah.
to teach or something.
Oh, okay.
That's the plan after I finish. my-
So the card I handed you has a gospel message on it. Are you familiar with the gospel? Have you heard that term before?
No, I've heard of it, but I don't know it that much.
Okay.
It's not very common in Brazil. Yeah.
Oh, it's not.
No.
So Brazil is not a very religious area, or
Brazil is a very big country.
Yes, it is.
Many religions.
But in your state, in your area, is it not very religious? Mostly Roman
Yeah.
Catholics? Do you have any kind of religious background? Did you
No, I
grow
don't
up
know.
in the Catholic Church?
Yeah,
You did?
I have, but my family is it's not a very religious family.
Okay.
So it's
Yeah.
not a tradition like
Yeah.
going to the church.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's the way it was for me as a boy in the Roman Catholic Church. I went because I was told to go. But it wasn't anything really personal to me. Now, you said you hope to work with the elderly. Have you already done that? I'm sure you've already,
in hospitals.
So, I mean, you've already started working with the elderly.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, in any kind of nursing, but certainly with geriatrics, certainly with the elderly, you've probably seen quite a few people die.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think happens to somebody when they die? After that moment?
I don't know.
Honest
I
answer.
don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
Many things can happen. Depends
Yeah.
on what you believe, but I really don't know.
Yeah. So, you said based on what we believe. Let me ask you this. What do you think is more important, what we believe or whether or not what we believe is true?
Oh, what we believe. What
You,
we believe.
you think that's more important than truth?
Yeah, I think.
Oh, okay. If I believe...
Like in faith, like after you die or something, it's more important what you believe, I think.
Okay.
It's very important.
Well, yeah, belief is important. But if we believe something that's not true,
So that's
can that belief help
Yeah.
us? Right? I mean, if I believed I was a geriatric nurse and I believed I had a PhD in nursing And I believed that I was going to be a leading nurse in a hospital in Ivoti. I'm going to work on that. That's important. Would it matter if I believed that about myself? I mean, I'm not going to be able to walk in. If you were the supervising nurse in the geriatric ward of your hospital, and I walked in just like this, and I said, "Hello, Nurse Vanessa. I'm your new nurse." "Oh, really? I didn't know we hired a new nurse." "Oh, no, I haven't been hired.
Yeah,
I just believe I'm a nurse here. So I'm going to go into room 27, and I'm going to help diagnose the patient at 27. I'll be right back." You're going to call security, right? Because some guy believes he's a nurse when he's not, right? So in the end, it doesn't really matter what we believe if what we believe isn't true.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
See your point.
yeah, there are many different religions out there. They're not all the same. They don't all believe the same thing. So they all can't be right? So here's what I believe. You and I were created in the image of God. And as image bearers of our Creator, you and I know the difference between right and wrong. God has given us a conscience. My dog Roxy doesn't have a conscience. I mean, she'll respond if I say don't do that, but she has no idea why, and she doesn't know whether it's right or wrong to do what she's doing. She doesn't have a conscience. God hasn't written that on a dog's heart. God's written that on our heart. You and I both know it's wrong to lie. We know it's wrong to steal. You know it's wrong to murder, right? You don't even need me to tell you that it's wrong to murder, because God's written that reality on your heart. And this God who created us is the God that when we die, we're going to stand before to give an account for our life. And he's going to judge us based on the law that he's written on our heart and whether or not we've kept it. So have you ever told a lie?
No.
You've never lied in your life? You've never told one lie?
I don't think so.
Really? You're the first person.
I don't know. I don't remember lying.
Yeah? How about this? Have you ever disobeyed your parents when you were a child? Right?
I think so.
Have you ever told your parents that you were doing something when you were actually doing something else?
Yeah, then I lied.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. Let's see. Have you ever wanted something that someone else had? You weren't satisfied with what you have.
No.
And you wanted, like, I want that car, or I wish I had that, or I wish it, no? Okay. All right. Let's see. Have you ever stolen anything?
No.
Even if it's small?
No.
Ever cheat on a test at any point? Yeah. Okay. So you stole someone else's intellectual work, right? Okay. So Vanessa, now what you've admitted to, I'm guilty of too. Okay. I've lied. I've stolen. I've dishonored my parents. Okay. But what you've just admitted about yourself is that you're a liar and a thief, and that you've dishonored your parents. Now, those are 3 of God's laws. Do not lie, do not steal, honor your mother and father. So when we die and stand before him, if he judges us according to that standard, do you think he would find you innocent or guilty of breaking his law?
I don't know.
What do you think?
I really don't know.
Yeah, okay. Well, he would find us guilty because all of us have sinned, and that's violating God's law. All of us have fallen short of his glory. None of us have lived a perfect life, okay? But yet God's standard is perfection. Because he's perfect. He's holy, he's righteous, he's just. And because he's good, if he finds us guilty of breaking his law, there is a punishment for that. And that is eternity in hell. Now that's not a comfortable thing to talk about. Sometimes reality isn't comfortable. You know, telling a patient they're going to die, that's not comfortable. But you tell them the truth, right? And that is the just punishment for our sin. Because God is so holy, because he's so perfect, any sin against him, because he's eternal, deserves an eternal punishment. Okay? Do you have any idea what God did for people like us so that we may not have to face that punishment?
No. I'm sorry, but I really have to go now.
Okay.
I have like an appointment at
Well, the answer to that question's on there.
Okay. I'll read it.
Good.
you
Vanessa,
very much.
pleasure meeting you.
You
Thank you
too.
for your time.
Have
Good
a
luck with
nice
your
day.
studies.